Welcome back, everybody, to the GioMoShow, 88.3 FM WXOU, Auburn Hills, Michigan, Oakland University, and all your wonderful station identification features. This is the extended edition of the GioMoShow. It's overtime, and we didn't get a chance to talk about the Detroit Lions in the previous hour of the GioMoShow, so if you missed it, be sure to go to YouTube and Spotify and search the GioMo Show. You'll find recordings of all of my shows, as well as this week's that should be going up tomorrow. So if you missed any of it, go ahead and rewatch it at any time on YouTube and Spotify. So let's get actually into the Detroit Lions. So Saints and Bears, games that went by, both games were ugly. One was a win, one was a loss. The Lions are trending down. It's not looking good. There's reason for concern. Now, I am not going to do the whole thing of, well, we're 9 and what, 5? 9 and what are we? The Lions are 9 and 4. We're in the lead for the division. We're basically, without a total collapse, will go to the playoffs. But dude, this is not good football to play at this time of year. Turnovers are not helpful at any time, but they are less helpful when it's late in the season. They are less helpful when the rest of your division is starting to creep up. It is not helpful when you got even more than just a division heating up. The conversations about the 1 seed are gone, long gone. And I even if we win out, honestly, I don't think we can win out, and that's fine because it's a tougher schedule now. I don't think that's anybody's expectation, but it's not looking good. At first it was. At first it was looking very good. But injuries have piled up. You have Taylor Decker and Frank Ragnow, as well as many other, different parts of the O-line have either been hurt, absent, or not playing as well due to such things. And it's affecting the team. Goff doesn't have the same protection that he's used to. And when that happens, he doesn't play as good as any quarterback would in the same situation, but it's a lot more pronounced when it happens to Goff. Now, am I saying to bench him? Am I saying to throw in Hendon Hooker? Am I saying that we should sell the team? No. But has become a weakness, the quarterback position. That's what it has become. Because we've seen multiple times now, the fumbles are not pretty ones. It does not take much to get Jared Goff to fumble. We saw on Thanksgiving, it took a literal pinky to knock the ball loose. It's a problem, man. It's a real problem. Interceptions don't help either. But even with all of that, even with all the offensive woes and turnovers, the other side of the ball, you could argue, is even worse. The other side of the ball is like a revolving door, brother. Let everything through. This defense is not what it was in the first part of the season. It's not even close. And yes, there's some injuries, and yes, there is some weirdness with Isaiah Buggs, and Lee McNeil being out stinks. Here's the thing. When it comes to saying we're also missing C.J. Gardner-Johnson, we're also missing Emmanuel Mosley, and we're also missing James Houston, C.J. G.J., and Mosley. Well, we didn't have them all season, and we still had a really good defense. Maybe, and even with Lee McNeil when he was healthy, the defense was still bad. So what is it? We have basically the same guys that were there when the defense was good. And now those same guys or worse. And now you're missing other guys. I don't know what's going on. I don't understand it. I mean, here's the thing. Anzalone is still playing good. But, I mean, like, if you're looking at the defense, like, I don't know who else is, like, really shining. I mean, that one's just off the top of my head, but maybe I got the Italian thing still stuck in my head. But I don't know what to do with the defense. Do we fire Aaron Glenn? No. Easy now. Not what I said. Not what I'm going to say. But it's not looking good. It could be better. And it has been better. That's the confusing part. Is it because teams have more tape on us now? It could be. Could it be because we're not playing as confident or as aggressive as we once were? Honestly, that's probably the one I would subscribe to. Just like I would subscribe to the GioMoShow on YouTube and Spotify. And leave a like and a comment and a 5-star review. Wasn't that clever? But speaking of clever, I think the defense just needs to be a little bit more clever. Not trick plays, not stunts or anything, but like, I mean, something's got to change, dude. You can't let 25, 28, whatever points it is per game go flying by. Especially when your offense isn't playing like it usually is. Especially when your offense is giving up possessions. Especially when you are not getting possessions on defense. Especially when your corners that aren't Cam Sutton are pretty bad. I know Jerry Jacobs has been getting a lot of hate. I hate to be one to pile on. But, dude, Aaron Glenn, when you have a receiver named DJ Moore on the other side, and you have a free agent addition to your secondary, put that guy on DJ Moore. Put Cam Sutton on DJ Moore. Just flip the sides. What is the point of having a number one corner if you don't put him on the number one receiver? Why is Jerry Jacobs covering DJ Moore? I don't understand it. Why are you forcing Cam Sutton to one side? Is he physically incapable of running on the other side? That's baloney. I don't think so. How could that be? I don't understand a decision like that. I don't understand jumping on what was very clearly trying to get you to jump on 4th down. Hutch, dog, why are you jumping? Like, it's stuff like that. It wasn't always like this. Within the same season. I don't understand it. The defense, I don't understand it. And here's what's really scary. There's a couple things that are scary. One has to do with the defense, one has to do with the offense. But if you think back to last year, the first 7 games, everyone talks about it, the 1-6 start. The defense started really, really bad, but then finished pretty darn good. Well, now this season, what happened? The defense started really, really good, and they're finishing poorly. Why? I don't understand the inconsistency. I don't get it. At least average out to, like, you know, instead of being like the number 1 defense at the beginning of the year and then the number like 25 defense, why don't you average out at like 13 or something? I don't understand the inconsistency part of it. Could it be because of the competition that they played? Probably, yeah. You know, the Falcons, not the best team. Panthers, I mean, basically the whole NFC South. I mean, the Saints gave us a run for our money, but could it be the competition we played? Maybe. But it's got to be fixed, man. I don't know how to do it. Maybe you just have to. Maybe it's a mentality thing to where, hey, stop being so frozen. You guys are winning because you were playing loose. Loosen up. And that could also be a thing. I've heard this before, and I've heard this theory, and I also subscribe to it as well. That now that the Lions are winning, they're scared of losing it. And they're playing like they're scared of losing it. Like before, when there wasn't as much pressure, you could do whatever you want. You could play a lot more free. Because no one expected anything out of us, so let's just play. Well, that ends up doing you really good. And now that you are really good, you don't want to mess it up. You don't want to go back to the losing. So what do? You tense up and you're overthinking and the mentality is just all wrong. What was good was the fluidity, and what was good was just the instincts of just any defensive player. That's what works. Don't be scared now. Don't be scared now that it's getting close and you're winning. It could be something as simple as that. Maybe it's another example of learning how to win. Where before, when we were 3-13-1, before we just straight up didn't know how to win, so we didn't win. Now, I would imagine now it's the second stage of it. You broke the seal, and now you're starting to win without expectations. Now the next step is winning with expectations. All of this has to make you comfortable with winning. This goes for fans too. It's another thing to win, but you got to win and be comfortable with it and not have pressure be added mentally because of what you're doing. Maybe it could be something like that. I don't know, but this Broncos team is scary. They came out from the depths of despair too. They were 1-4. Everyone was laughing at them. They had 70 points put on them. But now they're 7-6 with a chance to get the division against the Chiefs. I think they're like a game away from that or something. I forget if they already played twice, but I think they did already. They played twice. Yeah, they split. But they're going for the division. They're hunting the division. They're hunting their division. We are defending ours. And I hope that it's not that scared of losing thing. Not that scared of messing it up. I hope it's not that mentality on prime time against the Broncos. Scary game, man. I picked the Lions. I got to pick the Lions. Mathematically, so far, picking the Lions has done you good. So I'm going to stick with it, and I'm a loyal fan, and I'm going to do it. And it's just pick 'em, so it's not a big deal. So we'll see what happens Saturday night. I'm going to be on pins and needles. But luckily, I'll be on pins and needles at home because the semester's over, baby. Yes! Exams are done, and I get to go home, and I get to stress out with my family. Like God intended. So, that at 7:15, we went 15 minutes over. I appreciate you guys sticking with me. And for those of you who are used to the 7 to 8 slot, well, welcome to the GioMoShow. I do the 6 to 7 slot. And this is your home for all Oakland sports and beyond on 88.3 FM. Giovanni Moschieri here as your host, signing off. Wishing everybody good luck for their exams, or I guess after the fact, good luck with the grades that you'll receive. But hope everybody listening to the GioMoShow had a great semester. I sure had a great semester. I got one more to go, and then one more summer class. But I got one more semester to go, and then I walk in a dress and a square hat. It's kind of crazy. But for those of you listening, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys have a very restful and well-deserved Christmas break, holiday break, however you want to put it. I'll still be back here next week for the GioMoShow, your regularly scheduled time. Oh, wait, no, that's not true. We got a basketball game Thursday night. But we'll still have the GioMoShow next week at some time. Anyway, this outro is going too long. Thank you, everybody, for listening. It's the GioMoShow for WXOU 88.3 FM. We'll see you next week.